W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of Ronaldo by Luca Caioli. Narrated by Rupert Bush. Chapter 1. Abelinia. On the one hand, I had a happy childhood. On the other hand, it was unusual because I left my family and moved to Lisbon at the age of 12. The three-bedroom concrete council house where Cristiano Ronaldo was born no longer exists. In 2007, the house at 27A Quinta do Falcao, in the Santo Antonio neighborhood of Funchal, capital of Madeira, was demolished to avoid problems with squatters. The Aveiro family had long since moved on by this point. Cristiano's mother, Dolores, now lives in a big white house overlooking the Atlantic in São Gonçalo, at the other end of Funchal. A beautiful home bought for her by her son, near the homes of his brother Hugo and sister Katia. The once impoverished Quinta do Falcao, with its cluster of council blocks on the mountain slope, has undergone a transformation in recent years, thanks to investment from the European Union. New housing complexes have sprung up and the area has become acceptable to the Portuguese middle classes, many of whom have been horrified by the house prices on the coast. At the end of a narrow little road where the footballer's house used to stand, there is now an empty patch of overgrown scrubland, a five-a-side football pitch, and a bar. But it's not unusual for fans to find their way down here, and for a few euros, the cabbies take them on a tour. His birthplace, where he grew up, his school, where he first played football. In Portugal's collective imagination, he has succeeded in eclipsing such illustrious visitors to Madeira as Winston Churchill, Empress Elizabeth Sisi of Austria, Charles I of Austria, George Bernard Shaw, the poet Rilke, Christopher Columbus, and Napoleon. Madeira is an Atlantic archipelago some 860 kilometers from Lisbon, comprising 2 inhabited islands, Madeira and Porto Santo, and 3 minor uninhabited islands. Hailed by the tourist guides as the Garden of the Atlantic, Madeira Island sits on a volcanic rock, 57 kilometers long by 22 wide, a mountain range which rises up from beneath the sea to a summit of 1,862 meters at Pico Ruivo, its highest peak. The capital, Funchal, has a population of 110,000. It was here that Cristiano was born, at 10:20 a.m. on Tuesday, 5th February, in the Cruz de Carvalho Hospital. He was 52 centimeters long at birth and weighed nearly 9 pounds. A fourth child.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?